You've been lied to for the last 20 years about potatoes. There's a certain group of left-wing people in this country who have tried to convince you that the potato is evil. Nothing could be further from the truth. People have been eating potatoes for 1,000 years in the world. They've been surviving on potatoes. The French fry is evil because of the oil it's done. Boiled potatoes and extra virgin olive oil is energy, carbohydrates. They got vitamins, minerals, nutrients, micronutrients, some protein, almost fat-free. They're not processed, very minimal processing. The eating processed egg noodles are not good for you. Eating all this processed rice stuff. Plain rice is good for you. Potatoes are good for you. We've had hundreds of thousands of articles come out in the last 25 years about how evil the potato is. And you're never supposed to eat carbs. Then you're never supposed to eat carbs. You're never supposed to eat meat. You're never supposed to eat dairy. You're never supposed to have eggs. I've seen many articles that say onions are not healthy. There's a certain group of people in this country who have power to write articles and put them on the internet, and they have no idea what they're talking about, or they have an evil agenda. When you put on butter, then it's unhealthy. When you put on margarine, sour cream, cheese, then it becomes unhealthy. All this stuff. Well, then it becomes fattening, and the fattening is when it becomes unhealthy. The cheese is more fattening. The sour cream is fattening. If you can control your fat intake, it won't bother you. Your great-grandparents ate potatoes. Your grandparents ate potatoes. Look at the size of that thing. Your parents ate potatoes, and now you are afraid of a potato. That potato could save your life in an emergency. I have 6 potatoes in here. It's about 900 calories, 150 calories each. But I'm boiling them and getting most of the starch out. I'm going to saute them in extra virgin olive oil with no salt, just like non-salt seasoning. And this is for 2 people, so when you divide it by 2, it's only 450 calories each, almost zero fat. And all the things I said, micronutrients, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and on and on. They got a little protein in here. Carbs to give you energy for 6 hours. And you only get 450 calories or 400 calories per person. It's not the potato that's evil. It's what you're putting on it and beside it. If you put a 1,500 calorie fattening steak next to your potato, don't blame the potato for being evil when it's the 1,500 calorie fattening steak that's going to harm you. Don't say the potato's evil and then turn around and eat half a gallon of ice cream. I got 2 large onions soaking in cold water so I don't cry like a baby. Well, the problem is you want too much out of your food today. You need to go back to eating like they ate in the 1950s. Except with all the available healthy foods today, they didn't have watermelon all year long, cantaloupe all year long. They didn't have all this stuff. They didn't have yogurt. 90% of yogurt's not good for you. So we've given, in the last 40 years, we've given the fast food places the power over what we eat. And that has contributed to over 50% of the health problems in America. Now, are the food companies going to be punished? The fast food companies? No, because you chose to eat all that unhealthy food. Healthy foods should be extremely simple with no extra salts, no added salt, just simple ingredients like I'm making here today, like your grandma used to make. Or like my parents used to make, because I'm older, so I grew up in the 60s and 70s. But you're younger, so it'd have to be your grandparents used to make back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s to feed their family. That's how you should be cooking today, with no sugars, no salts, no sauces, no ketchups, mustards, no vinegared products, none of that stuff. Just simple products like I'll show you here. But it takes time. I'm going to spend 20 minutes cutting these potatoes and boil them. I don't get rid of the skins because that's where all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients are in the potato skins. And the nice thing about this is you can eat this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It doesn't matter. You want to know what the best deal is after healthy? This costs 50% less to make this than it does to go buy food that's already made. So right there, every time you cook at home, you instantly save 50% of your food bill on that meal. So I guarantee you, because I'm in my 60s, I eat better than you. I eat healthier than you. I eat more hearty, more filling, and more satisfying. Nothing more satisfying than some good old-fashioned potatoes. And I eat for 50% of what you would do. So I'm eating healthier, more full, hearty. I'm actually probably eating less because potatoes will last 6 hours in your belly. And whatever you're spending, you spend $1,000 a month on food. I spend $500 a month on food. Whatever you're spending, I spend half of what you do. Now, I'm hoping that makes you angry enough to change your life and better your life. I'm only telling you what's over on this side of the fence is better than what's on your side of the fence. That's why everyone says, I loved my grandma's cooking the most. Because your grandma spent 2 hours a day cooking. That's why you loved it. And you were full. And it never made you fat. It was all healthy. It had less than 3% fat in your grandma's cooking. Even when she added meats into it, it was only like 5% of the meal was meat. Or 10%. So less than 5 to 10% was fat. That's it. Today, 50% of our junk is fat. You put in the meats, the high fructose corn syrup, all the salts, all the sugars, all the seasonings, the sauces with all the oils in them. You cook in vegetable oil, all these unhealthy oils. Corn oil, very unhealthy. There's only one kind of oil, that is extra virgin olive oil. As long as you get a good brand, it's expensive, but what do you want? You're already wasting all the money on the junk food. So don't complain when you have to spend a little extra on olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. But the thing you hate the most is the time. You don't have the time because you're sitting in a drive-thru waiting for your food. Or you don't have time because you're watching TV. Well, wait a minute, you do have the time. You know, you could start cooking and then throw a load of laundry in and then get your laundry done while you're cooking. You could start cooking and then go vacuum your house or clean your bathroom, and you could be doing two things at once. It would save you time. It would actually save you time if you do it the way I do it. Or if you do it the way your grandma did it. Just start living like your grandma and you'll start receiving all the benefits of a better life. Wow. Wow, just look at that. I drained all the water out. That's about, what I say, six potatoes. A couple of them were kind of small. I got the heat on high. Extra virgin olive oil. You want one that pours it out small like this. So you want one of those things there that pours this out small. Slowly, I mean. Oh boy, look at that. We'll add a little bit more to it. Immediately start soaking your pan and you won't have any scrubbing. You'll get it done right away. We got these onions we're going to add pretty quick here. As soon as these go about 10 minutes. Again, it's not the vegetable, it's what you put on the vegetable. It's not the fruit, it's what you dip your fruit in. You can eat an apple plain. I don't know if you knew that. You can just eat a plain peach. You don't have to soak it in a bunch of ice cream or sugar or in your morning, smoothie, or you don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to pour half a glass of milk on top of, your bananas. No, just eat the banana by itself and get back on with your day, get back to work. You see, God put enough sugar in here, but it's a healthy sugar for you to last. You don't need to add sugar to it. God made this healthy. God put everything you need right in this. You don't have to add anything to it. God put everything you need in this. You don't have to cut it a certain way and put breading on it, egg bread, and make the best unhealthy onion rings on the planet. You don't have to turn these into greasy, salty, Cajun French fries, curly fries. You don't have to do it. God made this perfect. God made this perfect. God made these onions perfect. God made these apples perfect, these tomatoes perfect, these mandarin oranges perfect. God made this honey perfect. Also, the thing I like about potatoes, they're the greatest survival food, like rice. Except you can take, you can have a thing full of rice. There you go. In 20 minutes, you can have a thing of rice to survive on and just put a little honey in it. You can cut up a potato. If you're living down by the river in a van, you can boil up some potatoes in 20 minutes and just eat them straight up. It's called simplicity. Now look at this. I'm going to put these on my front window. Now the houses down the street are going to spend $300, $400, $500 for Christmas decorations. I got these for $8. Simplicity. I got 10 pounds of potatoes here. They were on sale for $5 because it was Thanksgiving. You're going to go spend $5 for a large French fry at the fast food place. I bought about 7 pounds of onions. I think they were $6. 2 bags, $6. You're going to go pay $10 for a cheeseburger that's got 1 small slice of onion on it. See, I got 2 large onions all cut up here. Less than $1. So I'm saying I'm going to put these up on my window. Everybody's going to enjoy them. Everything's simplicity. Do I have more money to pay for more decoration? Sure. But I like to live a life of simplicity. This is the year of the banana. For me, I probably ate over 250 bananas this year. I make a lot of these videos, the battle is in the mind, but really, the battle is in the truth. What is the truth, you see? Are you telling yourself the truth, or are you lying to yourself? I bought these flowers for my wife Look at how beautiful they are. They were on sale for $6 at the grocery store. $6. I saw a guy buying flowers next to me for his wife for $49. And he asked me, he says, are those for your wife? I said, yeah. She lets me get away with $6 flowers. She's happy. He says, man, my wife won't let me get away with less than $50 for flowers or I won't be able to come home. Same thing with food. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to spend the rest of your life working for money that you're going to waste on junk food the rest of your life? Or do you want to get half of your money back and eat 3 times healthier? Well, then that means you have to spend 1 hour a day cooking. Now, the nice thing about 1 hour a day cooking, the nice thing about cooking 1 hour a day, look at those big, huge onion pieces. Oh man, that's going to be awesome. The nice thing about cooking 1 hour a day, in that 1 hour, you can cook your breakfast the night before. And you can put it in the refrigerator, and in the morning just heat it up and you go. You don't have to cook at breakfast. You cooked it the night before when you're cooking the rest of this stuff. Or if you're into training, like lifting weights and stuff, weight training, you can cook 5 days worth of food in 2 hours. Eat tonight, put tomorrow's in the refrigerator, put the next 3 to 4 days in the freezer, and then just pull it out before you. And if you cook for 2.5 hours, you'll have 5 days worth of food cooked, ready to go every night. Just pull it out before you go to work, and it thaws out in the refrigerator. Then you throw it in the toaster oven or whatever, or in a pan, and heat it up, and boom, you're done in 5 minutes. No salt. I don't put any added salt into this. Now, you want to know what you can do if you know how to do it, if you're an experienced cook. Get back into the old-fashioned casserole making like your parents, your mother and grandmother did. You get a big, huge, like 4-inch deep metal pan, and you layer all the ingredients in. You put it in the oven, and you come back 30 minutes later, and it's done. That would save you a lot of time. So look at this. It's 600 calories in potatoes, 200 calories in onions. So if you just ate this with some honey, it'd only be 400 calories each. The reason you're out of energy at noon when you go to work, because you never ate a breakfast full of energy and carbs. You should eat all your carbs for breakfast and lunch and no carbs at night. That way your body sleeps better and you don't have to burn off carbs at night where you're sitting around being lazy watching TV. You should eat what I say 50% of your food for breakfast, 20 or 30% for lunch, and 20% for dinner. But in America, we've been trained to do it backwards. We eat no breakfast. We eat a lunch to survive all day, and then we go home and eat like 1,200 calories for dinner. And then you're going to bed 3 hours later. And that's why they sell all these medications, for sleeping, anti-digestion, gas medication, antacids, fiber, because your body is not meant to eat all that food before you go to bed. Your body was not designed to do that. Your body was designed to eat a big breakfast and then go work and burn calories. Eat a hearty lunch and go back to work and burn calories. And come home and eat very light. I've seen my grandparents, after working 12 hours on the farm all day, They ate a good breakfast. They ate a good lunch. They came home and, what are you having for dinner? They said, well, I'll just have half a tuna sandwich and a banana. They split a tuna sandwich, and they each ate a banana for dinner, and a cup of coffee, and they were done. All right, we got all the onions separated out now, see? So now they're cooking. Now we're going to add something to this. And a can of mackerel. It's only like $4 or $5 a can. It's the healthiest fish: mackerel, salmon, tuna. No beef, no pork. You can have chicken once in a while, but this other stuff is so expensive. This stuff is so cheap and healthy. All right, see? That's looking real good. So I'm going to heat this up for about another 7 minutes. Stir it around. I got 2 more things to add to it. Okay, I'm going to mix this all together. Does not look good. Now check this out. This is less than 5% fat. Less than 5% fat. Now this is 2 lunches, and we're putting some in the refrigerator for 2 breakfasts tomorrow. So this is actually 4 meals. We're going to eat 60% of this for now and divide it, and then take the other 40%, 20% for our breakfast tomorrow morning. And I could also add some rice to it tomorrow morning if I wanted to. The potato is not your enemy. The false news articles that they write about this stuff is your enemy. And the things you put on the potato is your enemy.